Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tales of Berseria. I am Wishblade, and we are gonna continue further into, there's something, the East Laban tunnels. And that pathway over there on the left to the west, that's just cat spirits, so I didn't really go down to show you that, but well, that's what it is. And there's a gap, we can't cross that, so we need to take the long way around. Well, that's okay, because over here is more treasure. And potentially more enemies. I see an enemy over there. Hello there. Are you alone? It does look like you're alone. That's kind of sad, actually. I'll just take your treasure. There you go. Now you're even more alone. And when I take all these cat spirits and stuff, you will be even more alone. Now, something I did not mention or talk about, really, that I did kind of mention, but I didn't talk about it in the last episode, is something we'll talk about after dealing with this cat box for 135 cat spirits, and we have exactly that. We would be getting, if we had opened them all, Therapy Cat. But instead we're gonna get nothing because, well, Haria chest. I'm fairly certain it was the one in Haria. I think. Oh well, whatever. I could check, but I don't want to. No, absolutely not. But something about the jacketless outfit for Eleanor was, well, because we saw that weird little cutscene where she showed apparently some wound or a scar she might be having on her chest. So that is a thing. That is very sad. Not a very nice place to have a scar. And apparently it was a large scar, so that's even more meh. But what can you do? And here's Warp. And I finally realized only now when I watched it here recently. Only then did I realize, like, what's what Laffy said? Why is he all like, oh no, I'm so embarrassed? He did kinda see, potentially, maybe not all of it, I doubt it, but at least partially, Eleanor's chest. So, it makes sense why he'd be a little embarrassed, you know? Also, in here is a certain something. What the heck is that thing? That right there is a code red. Let's kick his ass! It is Circuit. Oh my goodness, it is a skeletal, evil, something scorpion. And it doesn't like neutral.
Check out the hide on that one.
I bet I can take it down in 3 killing flash. When I'm this close, I won't.
Wow, you interrupt yourself, Rokuro. You would be saying, I think I could take it down like 3 swipes or something. Although that didn't happen, Rokuro, so you suck. And considering it was weak against the neutral attacks, I could potentially have done some Defiant Conviction, but it didn't really happen. We get Defender's Ventite. Pressing the defend button as an enemy Mystic Art hits will have the oops.
We won.
I wasn't good enough.
What do you mean? That demon was really strong.
I don't mean the demon. I mean me. If Shigure were here, he'd have sliced it clean in half.
But you use shorter dual blades rather than just one bigger one like him, so of course...
No. He'd have done it with a shorter blade, too.
You can't be serious.
He's right. I think Shigure might really be capable of that.
Yeah. He's done it before.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't mind. You want to know more about my clan?
Yeah.
Well, as the eldest son, Shigure became head of the clan and ran things for a while. But 3 years ago, a rumor started floating around that he was planning an insurrection, and our lord immediately called for his execution.
Sounds like he doesn't waste any time.
Shigure never particularly cared about our lord to begin with. All he ever respected was personal strength.
Then did your lord send you to do the job?
Yeah. The only thing that can take down a Rangetsu swordsman is another Rangetsu swordsman. I thought I could handle it. I knew his every trick and had the time and place all planned out. But when it happened...
You got your ass beat.
Yeah. He made a fool out of me. I came at him with a greatsword, and he just used a small one. All the training I'd done, I couldn't land a hit on him.
A rude awakening if there ever was one.
Damn straight. I couldn't deny it. Shigure cast aside my greatsword and just laughed. Train harder, he told me. I was so frustrated by my weakness, my inexperience. So much so that I wanted to end my own life. So much so that I turned into a demon.
Rokuro.
In the end, Shigure escaped, and I was arrested for failing to perform my duty and sent to the prison island.
And the rest, as they say?
So you regret not being able to kill your brother? Huh.
I know it sounds crazy, but that's just who I am.
I'm not here to judge you. I'm just using you for my own purposes. As long as you fight my enemies, that's all that matters.
That's the plan. That's what I do best as a demon.
And we deeply appreciate you for it, Rokuro. He needs a hug. Someone give him a hug. I can't. So, I can only give him a hug in spirit, and I will do so. Have a hug. Hug. Wonderful hug. Now there's one more treasure chest somewhere in here that we will be getting, thank you. I know it's abandoning the thing and it doesn't really matter, but still, I don't like not picking it up. Death Ward. What the hell is that thing? Also, what was the other thing? We got a thing, the Nor bottle, yes. Death Ward, capability versus the undead. So that's a thing. If we ever need it for something, I doubt it, but it's something. And with that done, we are finished with the side quest stuff, and we will be returning to Sexton so we can go to Loegres, because I'm fairly certain we cannot teleport to ye old Loegres. So, first of all, we can go back to the Burnack Plateau, and then board Sexton. There we go. And now we shall make the long, long walk all the way back there. And is there anything for me to talk about as we do so? I'm not sure there really is.
Here we are, back in Loegres. It was a lot tougher to get in the first time.
More funny than tough, if you ask me.
Oh, you mean Velvet's little dove act? Coo, coo. I'd be careful teasing her if I were you. You know how she can get.
Oh, don't act like you didn't enjoy it too. I'm sure you did, right? Good little boys don't lie to adults, you know.
I might have. Just a little.
Say it like a dove.
It was funny. Coo, coo.
Oh, Laphicet, you sweet, innocent little, easily manipulated by Magilou person, child, something. Also, yeah, I know I have a skip, but I just want these first. I don't know why.
Is Inominat's book so difficult? Grimoire seemed perplexed by it.
Yeah. She said it was written in ancient Avarost, a language that uses Impressionist script.
I've never heard of Impressionist script.
Each character can have many different meanings and readings, depending on the emotion it's expressing and the way it relates to the characters around it. Some modest records on its grammar and structure survive, but none that say how to read the emotion the characters express. Grimoire said that you have to recreate the writer's feelings as a sort of starting point in order to read it.
I see. And you have a talent for that sort of thing?
I guess I do.
But a script based on emotions? That's as far removed from modern language as can be.
Yeah, it's completely unrelated apparently.
How can it be completely unrelated?
After the temperance of Avarost, the entirety of human civilization vanished. The language went with it.
Much as a blooming flower loses its petals, the Avarost civilization grew too far and came to its final end. The surviving buildings and ancient tools, the likes of which our technology cannot replicate, were the beginning of that end.
In any case, it sounds like deciphering that writing will take quite a while.
What it sounds like is that kind of writing is just so damn complicated and entirely too tedious. Why would anyone ever do such a thing? I do not know. Now, I suppose I can say it's been a while since I did any recording stuff. Like, at least 2 weeks at this point. So if I could remember, I could probably talk about malevolence.
Man, the capital sure is big.
Yeah, with historical buildings and artisans and all, there's much of interest here for a boy who loves to learn.
Uh-huh.
Sightseeing's nice and all, but don't wander off and get lost.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Don't worry about him. He can take care of himself.
I know, I was just saying.
Velvet is just worried about love, he said. Nothing wrong with that. And now we have even more events.
You look like travelers. I have some good news for you. The restrictions on travel to the Aldina Plains are going to be lifted soon. The road's opening back up!
So, that's the latest word on the streets?
Ha! I see what you did there.
I try to liven things up around here.
Well, ever since Lord Artorias became the Shepherd, demon attacks have gone down. The world's filled with hardships, but perhaps things are starting to go in the right direction.
Perhaps. The demons who nearly destroyed Halaves are still skipping about on the loose, though.
What?
And just the other day, a village near Salt was destroyed by the demon blight. Guess the capital doesn't mind, though.
What?
Don't worry about it. Your shepherd and the Abbey are going to save the world, right?
Listening to you has kinda gotten me all nervous again. If you hear any other scary stories, let me know, please.
I've got one with fresh blood, melted bodies. Oh, maybe that tale about the demon doll that comes alive!
If you're going to waste time, we're leaving you here.
Well, that's enough of this detour then. Sorry to be such a drag.
Wait! That doll one sounded really cool!
That's just typical Magilou for you. She just wastes all the time and tries to scare everybody. And hello, you are a little boy something with a mask on. I know what that means, but first and foremost, there's another event over here.
What's with this crowd?
Magilou's troupe just put on a real show. Man, it was the best! Her dancing was every bit as great as I'd heard.
Wow, the Magilou?
Surely you mean Magilou! Has my time to bask in fame finally come at long last?
No, we're talking about Magilou, not Magilou.
You know, Lulu, the famous dancer? She actually goes by the majestic Lulu, but everyone calls her Magilou.
Just watching the beauty of her dance, you can't help but feel like maybe everything's gonna turn out okay in the world.
Sounds like a pretty cheerful act she has.
Cheerful? This is all a ripoff! She's just trying to pass off as Magilou's Menagerie and profit from our good name!
What good name? We don't actually perform anything.
I was planning on getting started eventually, but now this con artist comes along and ruins everything!
I can't just ignore that, you know.
It's Magilou!
You did great today, Magilou. I loved it.
Thank you so much. But according to my teacher, I still have a long way to go. I'll work hard to do better next time, so I hope you'll come see me.
Magilou's teacher is a dancer named Balta, whose immense talent brought him all the fame in the world. But Balta suffered a tragic injury that took him forever from the stage, and now Magilou is working hard to carry out his dream.
So, you're Magilou then?
I am. My teacher and I work really hard to put on performances that'll leave a lasting impact. And I refuse to let anyone call me a phony.
Oh? And how do you propose to stop me? Taking it to the stage and seeing which one of us can better hold a crowd?
Yes, that's just what I was hoping for.
Lulu, don't go around picking petty fights.
But sir, this woman, she...
You should know better. If you have the energy to spare spitting vitriol at people, you should refocus that anger into moving your body. If you need to express yourself, do it on the stage.
Yes, sir. You're right. Teacher, is the pain acting up again?
It's no matter. What does pain compare to losing the ability to dance? Anyway, what matters is how you're holding up.
I'm fine, sir.
Good, then let's head back and practice some more.
He seems strict.
He does. But keep in mind that Balta recognized her talent at a young age. He even adopted her so he could pass on everything he knew. He might be strict, but only because he believes in her.
You sure know an awful lot about them.
I'm sort of a fan of theirs, you could say.
A teacher and his student, chasing after the same dream. What a sweet little story they have. That's why I think it's high time for Magilou's Menagerie to put on a show. And for our act, we'll be a comedy duo.
Comedy? Where'd you get that idea?
You heard me propose a challenge to little Magilou, right? But not one of you knows a single acrobatic trick.
Sorry. Don't apologize. You couldn't have seen this coming.
Well, you could act like you feel a little bad at least. Now, normally I'd make you guys do something flashy like jump through a ring of fire, but I'll be magnanimous and let you do comedy instead. With comedy, I can take control of the stage and keep things lively. I can feed you the audience on a platter.
But going on the same stage as Magilou, it's too much to handle.
Oh, I can't wait to take her down a peg or two.
I'm out. I don't even know why you're bothering. It's hopeless.
It's not hopeless. Plus, if we do well, we'll be raking in the dough. What better opportunity do we have to get started than now? After all, people will come thinking we're Magilou's troupe.
You're sure eager to profit off of her good name.
That's exactly the material I want. Keep throwing out such zingers and the audience will be in stitches.
I'm not sure I follow, but okay.
The only thing getting thrown out is gonna be you.
You know, I think you could pull off being the straight man in our act.
What? Keep your compliments to yourself.
This plan might sound dumb, but more money never hurts.
Eisen, not you too.
Then it's settled. Now we just need to book ourselves a few gigs. I've got an in with all the stage directors in town. For now, I think everyone should pair up so we can figure out just what sort of comedy chops you all have. Everybody?
Even me?
Certainly. Each one of you is a part of Magilou's Menagerie, after all.
I'm not so sure about this.
Me neither, Laffy said. Although, on the other hand, I'm very sure about this, because this is the beginning of the amazingness that is just Magilou's side quest. It is glorious! Now, hello there, ma'am.
Whenever I hear Magilou's name, I can't help but think of Magilonica.
Magilonica? Who's that?
Oh, she's just a girl who worked as part of the freak show. Talked to spirits nobody else could see.
That's her, all right. She had many mysterious powers, like moving things without touching them and divining where people would find lost objects. For a time, people called her the Little Witch. She was pretty popular.
Thanks to her, the rest of the troupe took in plenty of cash. Or so I hear.
Yeah, but eventually they took it too far, and the kingdom tried them for heresy. I hear Magilonica was subjected to really brutal torture.
True fact. Everyone knows this story.
Well, I've never heard it.
That's not too surprising. It all took place when I was a young woman myself.
Remind me, Magilou. How old are you again?
What? How old would you say I am?
Well, from your reaction, I can at least tell you're not my age.
Well, well, well. Magilou, were you part of some kind of circus thing? Is this something you were part of? And did you get tortured? And are you actually, like, very, very old despite you looking very young? Something? You do have elf ears, so maybe you are actually an elf. And everything. Also, Magilou, congratulations! You win the award of having an even worse outfit than Magilou and Velvet in the part of being so very revealing and weird. So, congratulations on that. Now, with all of that said and done, I'm gonna play some character cards over here, so I will see you in a bit. Hi, I'm back again. We just have an expedition to deal with, because I don't want to waste time and everything.
This recipe looks real tasty.
Or Soren Vichy Swaz something. Ors, something, the song I can't get out of my head. So wonderful. Well, that's something. You won't understand what that is unless you've played the game.
Scout ships.
So, sorry. And now I shall move on to intermediate. And we are good to go. We have won. We get a collar. Okay. Something. Alright then, let's have a look at it. Eisen, do you want a collar? Is this something that you want? I don't know. Okay, that's kinda spiky. Alright then. I'm not sure it's an appropriate thing for you to wear. Does anyone else want a collar? That was just no. You know what? Magilou, my dear. My dear Magilou. Yeah, you'd wear something like that, I'm sure. Now, moving on. Now, is there anything that I need to do at the inn? I can't remember, so I'm gonna have a look. No? Okay, never mind. Bye. Instead, oh, that's the wrong way. But, cat spirit, so might as well. First and foremost, we go this way, because events are over here, and events are more important than... Oh, it's over there. Then, progress, obviously. Where is it? Oh, it's over there.
When will the High Priest return to us?
Keep this between us, but I heard Lord Gideon was killed by demons.
Surely that's not true.
It most certainly is true.
Hey, shh! They'll hear you.
I know someone who works in the palace, and he said the demon was a girl with the head of a wolf and the body of a gorilla.
But how could a demon have gotten into the palace?
Apparently, there was a power struggle among the higher-ups, and Gideon's enemies snuck the demon into his villa. They say that's why people sometimes heard terrifying screams coming from the place.
Oh, is the demon still there?
No idea. Rumor says she escaped, but I wouldn't worry.
There's no way she'd stick around here.
That's what you think. She's right here, so you'd better watch out.
Stop messing around already.
Magilou, is this because I put a collar on you? Don't you like having a collar around your neck? Is this something? Or what's going on, my dear? Are you mad at me? You might be. Also, there's a chest that I can open somewhere. But I'm not sure where it is, so I don't want to look for it. Hello.
The nights are so cold of late. It's gotten harder to get flamestone, too.
I hear the port at Helavis is at a near standstill. No matter how much flamestone they mine from Mount Killerhouse, they can't get it shipped out. I'm sure the Abbey is aware of the situation. It's not just us who are suffering. We have to endure.
Times like these is when we need to practice Lord Artorius' teachings. The many outweigh the individual.
Exactly. I'm sure Lord Artorius will think of us soon and send aid.
He doesn't give a damn about any of you.
How dare you!
The many outweigh the individual, right? Artorius wants to save humanity as a whole. Your individual troubles aren't important to him.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Aren't we part of the whole he wants to save?
What happy fools.
Sorry about that. She didn't get to see his speech, so she's been taking it out on everyone around her.
Really? What a troublesome kid.
But really, that speech was incredible.
And you guys aren't incredible at all. You're just annoying old douches is what you are. I don't like you. I'm just gonna go away now. And that should be everything we can do around here. So, here we go. Just checking ever so slightly. And hello, do you have money for me? Yes, you do. Thank you very much. Now to the bar!
Eleanor, I need you to wait outside. The boss of the Bloodwings knows an exorcist is with us, but...
Say no more. I'm sure they have clients who wouldn't appreciate their faces being known to the Abbey.
Correct. Laphicet, you stay with Eleanor.
Okay.
I'll be back soon.
My thanks for coming all this way. It's been a while. Would you care for a peach pie?
What do you want?
Oh, it would do you good to unwind every now and again, you know. Stretch a bow too far and its string is bound to snap.
What do you want?
I would like you to escort this person out of the capital.
Something smells about this. Literally. Where am I taking them?
Somewhere the authorities can't reach them.
Sounds nice. I could do with such a place myself.
No joke. We've been looking for a place to lay low, but we haven't had any luck yet.
Well, come to think of it, I've heard a rumor that it's been a while since the Abbey has had any contact from Titania.
The prison island.
Titania? But I thought the Abbey was in direct control of that place. Has the situation there gotten that bad since you left?
Sometimes the answer is right under your nose. I think it might work.
Yeah, Could make a decent hideout, actually. The Therians could definitely get their fill of malevolence there.
And the Abbey is far too goody-goody to imagine an escaped prisoner would ever return to her prison by her own free will.
At the very least, I'd say it's worth checking out.
I take it our intel has proven useful.
It has. But before we go, have you heard anything about the Abbey harboring demons?
I'm aware there was a demon in the villa, and that it has been relocated.
Where?
I can't say right this moment, but I'm sure we will find out shortly.
All right, then in exchange for this passenger's safety, I want more information on that demon.
You've got a deal. Eisen, I heard about your confrontation with Melchior. I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you find him.
Yeah, you really blew that one, Toots.
It's fine. What's done is done.
Have you given up on finding Eifried?
No, I haven't. The crew and I will do whatever we can to quash the Abbey's plans. We do them enough damage, and the Abbey ought to start thinking about putting their hostage to good use. They'll set him up as a trap for us, and that's when we'll steal him back.
Attacking the Abbey to create an opening for his escape.
Clever.
It's what Eifried would do. That's all.
They're taking a while. Yeah.
The Shepherd has a special mission for you. You are to protect the Malak Laphicet and bring him to the Loegres Abbey headquarters.
What's wrong? Hey, you want to take a walk around the capital for a bit? I can show you some of the sights. But, You can't trust me. I understand.
No, it's not that. I promise. I'd love to go sightseeing with you, Eleanor.
Laphicet. Well, we'll do it another time, okay?
Why?
It's just, you know, Velvet would get mad at us.
Get mad about what?
Ah, you're done. And who is this?
A VIP entrusted to us by the head of the Bloodwings. We're stowing them away on Titania where the bad guys can't get at them.
The prison island? Just who is this person?
Didn't ask.
What?
Hey, something smells nice.
Huh?
Stop sniffing things. We're leaving.
But not right now.
I can't believe you take a job without bothering to ask who you're escorting or why.
The less you know, the less trouble you invite.
I suppose so. But for the time being, we're gonna call it here, and in the next one, we will view that skit, and we will take this person to Titania and see if it's a good hideout for us. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, see you later.